forget Sea of Thieves. This is the Sea of Chaos. In this session, there was bizarre, well, everything. But first, have you ever stopped to see a rowboat and thought, this is worth everything to me, and I will put this someplace special? Well, I haven't, but this guy, he might. Maybe. Anyway, meet Sans, the master of rowboats. Remember that? It will be important later. Sans is a good friend of mine, who for some reason I haven't played Sea of Thieves with yet. Until today. Now that he's playing with me, he is going to be showing me things I never thought were possible. I was shocked. You will be shocked, and the world will be shocked. So buckle up and enjoy my commentary on our adventure. Yeah, I was dumb and messed up. Or OBS messed up. And you can only hear me in this recording, so our discussions sound like this.
There's one of those ghost fleets active if you want to get some supplies. Oh, is it?
So with that out of the way, welcome to the Sea of Chaos. Our adventure started like any other, at the tavern. But upon leaving the safety of where we had spawned, things took a turn. Mostly because we instantly sought out one of the most engaging and dangerous forms of content in the Sea of Thieves: bounty hunting. Yeah, amazing content. But it was so fun. And you would see that if the audio hadn't corrupted. Tragic. Anyway, after collecting these beautiful skulls, we headed over to a sunken treasury. With my perfect aim and Sans' skill, we managed to clear it out extremely quickly, getting us more loot to enjoy on our sloop. Except, the game goofed up and we sank. We lost it all. And the worst part was that we didn't even know we had sunk till we left the shrine. Fortunately, a chance of redemption was coming our way. Upon returning, we decided to switch our focus to merchant quests, as I still needed a few more levels if I wanted to get to Pirate Legend. But as so often happens on the sea, this was simpler said than done. On our way to port, we were ambushed by a skeleton sloop. Oh, this poor sloop. It thought it had a chance. It had risen from the depths thinking that we would fight it the normal way. It thought wrong. You see, we don't do things the normal way. We do it our way. And our way was to grab a keg and donate it to our enemies. Unfortunately, despite his heroic attempt, Sans got caught in the explosion and missed watching the sloop sink. Which also, side note, do you know how quickly sloops sink after they've been blown up? I had no idea, but this sloop sunk a couple of seconds after the keg went off. Maybe it's just how quickly sloops sink, because we did fight another sloop, still while trying to get to port, which also went down very quickly, and we were just using cannons to sink it. Anyway, after a long journey, we finally made it to Ancient Spire Outpost. An outpost famous for its tavern, which rested on top of a huge mountain. After selling the loot, we were about to learn just how painful the climb up was. Remember how I said Sans was a rowboat master? Well, the reason why this is because he collects rowboats to put in taverns. And I was about to help him put our rowboat in the hardest-to-reach tavern in Sea of Thieves. It was a perilous climb, full of close calls and sketchy methods. And the higher we climbed, the more risky it became. As we got closer, things started to get worse. After much time and effort, we finally reached the tavern and began to force the rowboat through the door. Some mistakes were made by me, and the rowboat took a lot of damage. The more it refused to enter the tavern, the more I worried we wouldn't be able to get the rowboat in. But finally, the rowboat burst through and was safely placed in the tavern as a pleasant surprise to welcome the next pirate onto the seas. After a job well done, we finally raised a merchant flag and began to grind out the mission to get me one step closer to the fantastic Pirate Legend. This consisted of running around islands looking for one type of chicken that would not spawn. Finally, after a lot of chicken legs, we got the missing chicken and put the mission to rest, which was perfectly timed because what should appear as we finished one quest but a quest to finish and recover the Siren Skull. Finally, a chance at redemption after our ship had mysteriously sunk at the shrine. We jumped at the opportunity to make a quick 50,000 and began to make our way to gather the necessary pieces to unlock the skull, which was surprisingly easy, since this was something that was supposed to attract players to battle for the right to dig up and sell the skull. However, this was not going to be smooth sailing for long. After collecting both pieces with relative ease, we set sail to end this quest, and instantly things went wrong. We saw that another ship was camping the location to steal the skull from us. Unfortunately, we couldn't do anything to stop them from doing this, and we were left with no choice but to face them, or use our massive brains to find a way around them, which we did. Our plan? Have Sans jump out of the ship by himself to hopefully sell the skull, while I used my expert aim to sink them. Did it work? Kind of. Maybe? We sold the skull, but now we had a Reaper on our tails, which is always a pain. Not because Reapers are known for being good, but because they are wildly unpredictable. Sometimes they will fight you till they sink, sometimes they run, but no matter what, they will always come back to annoy you. And this one was a runner. We engaged them in naval battle, despite neither of us being very good at PvP, but things were about to get much worse. For rising from the depths, what should it be except a third skeleton sloop? But in typical Rare fashion, what should it do but shoot over us to attack the Reaper? Even the skeletons wanted to help us take down these runners, and run they did, leaving us to sink the skeleton sloop and make our way to port one last time. But it wouldn't be a video of mine without my old enemy, the internet, making its appearance to mess things up. Thankfully, it had the decency to wait till after we had sold everything and left our supplies for the next pirates. But once we were done, it struck. I thought I had seen everything, but this was something else. I mean, just look at my ship! And poor Sans. He was forced to swim with the fishes. But after this long session, I think it's time to leave the Sea of Chaos. This has been Farron the Wayfarer, signing off.